In this video, we're going to be unboxing and setting up the Home Depot Halloween 2024 Remake Jack-O-Lantern Stack. Let's go ahead and get straight into it. Alrighty, hello everyone. This is Halloween Haunter here, and welcome back to another Halloween video. In this Halloween video, we have right here is the Home Depot Halloween 2024 Jack-O-Lantern Stack. Now this is actually a new, updated, redesigned remake model of the original Jack-O-Lantern Stack from Home Depot 2022 and 2023. And I actually have already unboxed the original one on this channel, but now I have the new one, and I was really excited to see that they went ahead and changed the pumpkin stack this year, because I think it'd be really cool to have the original on one side and the new one on the other side, and have just two correspond with each side of a walkway or a cool photo op. So I went ahead and ordered the new one during the Home Depot drop. However, I haven't really got around to unboxing it until now, which it's currently September, so now I finally can go ahead and unbox this, despite the fact it's already in stores, but whatever, it's fine. Let's just go ahead now and finally open this thing up and see what we got. Opening it up. Alrighty, so first we got right here is a pole, a box with accessories. This seems to be a lot of the poles in here. So that we have in this box the instructions, the adapter, stakes, and the wiring if you wanted to display this thing as an entire row instead of a stack. And here we have all of the poles. Let's see if we can get that out real quickly. So yeah, right here we have 3 poles and 2 support poles. Now in here we have to get the pumpkin stacks out of here. So taking a look inside of here, we have the base. This small pumpkin stem is actually different, but we have 2 stem pieces right here. Let's see. Alrighty, so I got the big pumpkin out. Let's take the plastic off of that. Next up we have is the second layer of the pumpkin. And here we have the third layer of the pumpkin. The fourth, and the last but not least, the last one. That is all the parts for the pumpkin stack. Let's show you guys how to put it together as a normal pile and not the stack. And then we'll go ahead and start the setup of the pumpkin stack. So regardless of how you display the stack, whether it be as a pile or as a full-on stack, we're gonna plug in the adapter into the adapter wire and then screw on the cap. But as a pile, we'll first take the smallest pumpkin and put the stem on. We will take the big pumpkin now and take the wire coming from the stem and the wire coming from the pumpkin and plug them together and screw on the cap. Then for each pumpkin, there is these snap locks that latch into the inside of the pumpkin. We are going to do it for all of the pumpkins. Then the pumpkin does come with this huge wire, and basically what this is that this is going to attach to each wire coming from underneath the pumpkin. We'll plug in and screw it on, and then basically you're going to continue that for all of the following pumpkins right after. And then you kind of get the gist. It'll continue on for the next 2 pumpkins. But anyways, that is how you put the pumpkins as a row. Let's now begin the setup of it as an actual stack. So to first start off our setup, we can go ahead and take all 3 of the stakes and stick it to each side of the base, and then the very back hole in the base. This is only really required if you're displaying it outside for a long time. Next, we will take this pole labeled B and snap lock it onto the base. On these 2 sides of the base, there's going to be 2 little latches that stick out. They're the color green. And we're actually going to put these 2 metal latches onto the sides of that by going ahead and pulling up the green tab, putting the latch on and putting it through the hole, then putting the little plastic latch down and put it through the hole on the B pole. And then we will do the same for this side one right here. Now we're going to take our biggest pumpkin and make sure that the stem is on, and take the plug out of the top of the stem and then put that over the pole. We will take this next pole labeled D and screw it onto the B pole Next, we will take the second pumpkin, and like the first pumpkin, we'll take the plug out of the stem. And for the next 3 pumpkins, we actually have to go ahead in the inside of the pumpkin and connect all of the latches. We will take that pumpkin now and put it over the pole. I will take the wire coming from this pumpkin and plug it into the stem of the bottom one and twist the cap on. We'll connect the second pole labeled D now and screw it on. We'll take the third pumpkin, once again, make sure that the wire from the stem is out, pull it together, and connect all of the latches inside of the pumpkin. Put it on, and make sure to put the wire on from the bottom pumpkin. We'll take the last pole labeled D and screw it to the very top of the D pole. We'll connect the next pumpkin now. Once again, wire out and latches on. We'll put that on, connect the wire. Our final step will be to connect the smallest pumpkin now, and we don't have to connect any latches to this one since it is the smallest one. We'll put it on and it connects the wire through the stem on to the top of the pole. After you're all done with that, go ahead and plug it in and you're pretty much all good to go. And that's how you set up the Home Depot Halloween 2024 jack-o'-lantern stack. Let's go ahead now and see this thing in the dark with some cool lighting. So here is the jack-o'-lantern stack, all lit up and turned on, and this thing looks so awesome. Now, I've already reviewed the original model of this guy, so I'm not really going to be saying too much new about this, but basically, I love this thing so much. I think it's such an effective piece for Halloween. It's simply put, just a pumpkin stack, a bunch of pumpkins stacked up with light-up faces and some cool grins. I love how each grin is exclusive to each pumpkin. It's not all the same, it's all different. It makes it feel more unique. This thing works really well if you're just needing something in your yard. You don't want anything too crazy, but you want something nice and solid. I think this is definitely great for that. It is made for outdoors. It has very good quality, very good plastic, got a weatherproof adapter, weatherproof coverings. The light effect is really cool. I like how it flickers. The original one, I don't believe flickered, so I was really happy to see that this one actually does have the flicker effect. It makes this feel much more realistic. The detail's phenomenal. All the curves and the dents on it, this rough pattern from the pumpkin, all make it feel like an actual pumpkin. It looks really solid. Even the stem pieces are really good too. I'm going to show you guys real quickly how it looks like as the pile. So let's go ahead and switch it over to a pile of pumpkins. Let's go see that right now. And now here is the alternate way of displaying them as a line or a row and not the vertical stack. And I think this looks awesome. I'm a really big fan of this. Now, obviously, I think to me, I prefer it as a stack, but I do like this option just because I do collect a lot of lighted pumpkins. So having kind of just a trail of that would be really awesome for a haunt or display. If you can't really display this or you don't want to display it just as a stack, it's a really nice option. It's really cool we have this for a prop like this. It didn't really need that, but just the fact it's more versatile and a display makes it so much more awesome. And if you have the original pumpkin stack, I would still recommend getting this one just because they would be really good together as having different pumpkins on each side of your display, whether they be a pile or a stack. They're really awesome. You can even go ahead and mash the stacks together and make your own combination of the bunch, which would still probably turn out really good. And I just love all the expressions with these pumpkins. Some look angry, some look happy. Just really awesome to have both options with this prop. Honestly, for $200, that definitely may seem a lot for you guys just because it's not really an animated piece, but it is 8 feet tall, built really well. It's got cool options. My only complaints, I would say, is number one, I've had this complaint with all of the other stacks, but I do wish that they had ties on the sides because I know in winds, it's probably not gonna hold up the best. So I do wish that maybe there was some ties to hold it around so you can tie it in your yard. I mean, obviously you still can add that yourself, but I do wish it came with some. Number two, for some reason, mine was really tough to go ahead and get that top pole in. It would just not screw in all the way. I actually had to use a wrench to put it on. It just wasn't very easy. And my third complaint, honestly, I think all these pumpkins look good, even this one, but I do think this one kind of looks more like a tiki totem pole type face, not really like a jack-o'-lantern. That was my only pet peeve from it from the start, but I get that's kind of a minor complaint. It still looks pretty good. I don't really mind it that much, but it doesn't really, to me, feel like a pumpkin face. But aside from that, this thing is phenomenal, and I would 100% recommend it if you are considering buying it. With that being said, that will conclude this video on the Home Depot Halloween 2024 jack-o'-lantern stack. Please like, comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys in the next Halloween video.